The United States has just imposed a 145% tariff on all goods imported from China. In retaliation, China has similarly imposed a 125% tariff on all American goods. What do these tariffs mean? Can we even compare the two rates, and which country ends up paying more? Well, first we need to identify what a tariff is. Tariff rates are used to calculate the duty, and that is the tax on imported goods. When we have a tariff rate, which depends on the country of origin and the type of good or its classification, then we apply it to the value of the good. It's important to understand these criteria to understand how tariffs work. For example, in 2016, Ford was looking to import its Connect delivery van into the United States from Turkey. As a utility vehicle, the Connect was subject to the 25% tariff rate. However, if Ford initially included the back seats, they could pass it through customs as a passenger car vehicle, which are subject to only a 2.5% tariff. Using this method, they effectively got the same vehicle into the United States at a fraction of the cost. So how do we compare the duty of goods with different values? Well, before imported goods make it to the destination country, there are several costs that are incurred. We have the manufacturing cost, we have the transportation cost in the foreign country where the goods is manufactured, we have things like insurance, port fees, brokerage fees, and other international transportation costs. However, the US only uses the manufacturing and the foreign transportation cost to calculate the goods value, while the rest of the world uses the landed value, so the sum of all costs incurred by the good. That means that American tariffs are applied very differently than in other countries, and the same rate will actually end up generating a much lower duty. So you can actually not look solely at the percentage, you must also consider which cost the tariff rate applies to. So what can the United States do? Well, instead of continuing to increase tariff rates, we could actually simply change the tariff rates to use the same valuation as every other country. That would not only increase the duty collected on imported goods, but also decrease the resentment and retaliation from other countries.